What is up, everybody? Janelle here, and it is time. Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather Jr. It's about to go down. That's a week from Saturday in Las Vegas. In my last video about Floyd Mayweather, I said that I didn't think this was going to happen. And as someone who makes a lot of predictions, I'm glad I got this one wrong. So, Manny Pacquiao is 36, Floyd is 38, and of course I feel like everyone else that I wish this fight would have happened 5 years ago, but it's not, it didn't, it is 2015, not 2009, or 2010. So it's not 5 years ago, it's now. And I'd be less excited if, say, one of them was 33 and the other one was 38, because either, whether it was Floyd or Manny, the 33-year-old would definitely have an edge physically, you know. So I'd be a little less excited about that. Then I'd say, I wish this happened 5 years ago when they were 28 and 33 and more even. But since they're both old, and even though, or in the winter of their careers, and even though Pacquiao's 2 years younger than Floyd, he doesn't feel that way. They feel the same age to me. I don't really know what that means. So even though Manny Pacquiao is only 2 years younger and they're 38 and 36, I still think we have a high chance of seeing a very competitive fight, fun fight. So let's talk about it. First off, I love the spectacle. Of course, the trash talking back and forth. I don't care for the going back and forth over the last couple of years over negotiating. And it was actually on both of them, not just Floyd. First, they were arguing over what weight class, then the drug testing, then the money. So they both wanted more than the other. Finally, Manny settled for 40%. And even with that 40%, he stands to make around $75 million plus. Floyd's probably going to make around $100 million. And quite frankly, even though they're both already rich, it's kind of hard to leave a payday like that sitting out there and retiring without that making this fight. Also, as far as your legacy is concerned, both of them would have that asterisk, especially Floyd, if this didn't happen. So I'm still excited, even though it's happening at 36 and 38. And again, all that money, they project this to be the most profitable pay-per-view in all time. So it's going to be pretty huge. It's already, I think it's like $100 to get it on pay-per-view. Get together with friends like me. All right. So I don't care for all the negotiating, but the spectacle aspect, the commercials and the social media, and of course the media events, the live events, and how Manny Pacquiao's mom's in a commercial, and you know there's going to be a whole crowd of her people just do her thing. And I'm not trying to call it a spectacle because I know that's her belief. I mean, you know, I got family in the South, that whole voodoo vibe thing, they believe in that. So I'm not trying to make fun of anybody's beliefs, but the rest of us are just joining in for the fun. So there's spectacle on both sides. I can't wait to see how Floyd's going to come out, his entrance, the music, and what he's going to do. Last time he had jugglers and a unicycle and all. I hope he comes out in a big monster truck. I don't know. Come out in a mechanical dinosaur. I don't know. But I can't wait. I love the ridiculousness of MMA and of boxing, because when you get down to business, it's all seriousness. It's not like basketball or even football, where there's moments where you can showboat, there's moments where you can be a little less serious and kind of play to the crowd. In a fight, in any combat sport, even fencing, you know, you take a moment, you lose the fight. You get arrogant, you get knocked out. So those moments aren't there. It's second to second, serious, tense. So I like when fighters take any and all possibilities to just have fun. I like the smack talking, even if I don't like the fighter or the actual talk. I like that they're having fun. So I've enjoyed all of this build-up, and I can't wait to see how they come out. I think even Manny Pacquiao is going to have a cool entrance. Now, let's talk about the fight itself. I want to talk about Manny Pacquiao first, and I was thinking about it from the angle of how can Manny win? How does Manny win? So I've been thinking about this for a few days, and my biggest thing is he cannot chase him. Whatever you do, make sure he does not goat you into chasing him. You will lose the fight. If he knocks him out, I don't think it's going to come in the first, second, or even third round. I see a mid-fight knockout from Manny if that's how it goes, because I think he's going to have to get it in the groove of the fight. With the Maidana fight, the close one, the first one with Floyd, the rounds that he won, he threw over 100 shots per round. And the reason why folks always say that you have to have such a high output to beat Floyd is because he doesn't have a high output, but he's crazy accurate. He's going to be more accurate than you. His shots are going to land cleaner than yours, most likely. That's usually how it goes. So if you slow down to his pace, A, he gets comfortable, and he's probably going to outland you, percentage-wise and power-wise. So you got to throw him off his game. You have to keep him thinking. You can't let him get comfortable. So you have to have constant action, constant movement without chasing him. That's the tricky part. So his movement can't come from his footwork. Of course, you're going to have some footwork there, but he can't be running around the ring. He can't be bouncing around, chasing him around. He's going to drain his energy. His output's going to drop significantly by mid-fight, by even the third. If he chases Floyd for even one round, you'll see his output just steadily decline, and he won't be able to win the fight. So I think his movement is going to have to come mostly from angles. Angles, head movement, body head. There's lots of ways to create movement other than footwork. He's going to have a high output. So angles, combinations, feints, jabs, everything doesn't even have to hit Floyd, but just be doing. He's got to always be doing. And again, do not chase Floyd. He's a counter puncher. See? So you do not chase Floyd. I think that is one of the most important things for Manny. You cannot get into a game where you are chasing Floyd. You have to find a way to create lots of movement, lots of offense without chasing him. Now, again, you can't look for the knockout either. Floyd's too smart for that, and his defense is too good for that. That's why I say the knockout's not going to come in the first, second, or third round. It's going to come mid-fight, because it's got to come in the groove of the fight. The groove of the fight. You're going back and forth. He's got the momentum, now you've got the momentum. He's got the upper hand, now you've got the upper hand. It swings back around again, and this time you do something a little bit different. Maybe you push it a little bit quicker. You get him to open up. You get him to maybe take a step in the wrong direction. Then that knockout opens up for you, and you take the opportunity. It's not going to come early. You got to get him in the groove. You got to work your way. You have to make the opening. Manny Pacquiao is going to have to make the opening to knock Floyd out. Now, I don't think he's going to outpoint him. So if this goes all 12 rounds, it's Floyd's. Period. I believe he has to knock him out. Or, devastating rounds in early. If he can beat him up early, take some of Floyd's gas tank early, then maybe in 12. But honestly, no. I don't see that happening. I think Manny's going to have to knock him out. And I don't think the knockout's going to come early. I think it comes mid-fight. So movement, not based on footwork, but based on angles and combinations and feints and head movement on his part. High activity. Create the openings. Lull Floyd into a rhythm. Lull him into a rhythm, and then switch it up. Make the opening. That's how I think Manny gets this. And there is that opportunity. He can do that. He's got to be crazy smart. Crazy smart. Now, the reason why you have to lull Floyd into a groove, the reason why you have to make the opening is because his target is like this big. If you see Floyd's defense, it's one of the reasons why I like Floyd. His defense is beautiful. Talk about angles. That's part of the reason why he doesn't take much punishment. Floyd's defense is near perfect. Near perfect. First off, he's got both hands up here with those big old gloves. Head tucked in down, so you only got this much of the face. And he stands sideways. The target is like this. This is the target on Floyd. Because it's not MMA. You can't hit below the belt. And his hands and his gloves are right here. So this is the target you have on Floyd Mayweather Jr. So that's what I'm saying. You have to get him into the groove, get him into the flow, the back and forth until he opens up. Okay? He's going to be moving. He's not going to stand in front of Pacquiao the way he did Maidana. Pacquiao has too much power for that. He's not going to want to take those shots even if they are sliding off the way Maidana's did. I don't think he's going to take that. So I think Floyd's going to be moving a lot more in this fight. This is a big fight. He's not going to take any chances. So he's going to be moving. So again, back to Manny. Don't chase him. Don't chase him. Work movement, not based on footwork, but more so a combination of footwork, angles, and body head, your head movement. High output. Get comfortable. Stay calm. Make the opening. Find it. Okay? That's how Manny wins. Now, Floyd, he's got defense that is almost impenetrable. Okay? So he's going to counter shot. So his shots are based on what Manny puts out. Okay, he's gonna find his openings, his footwork. He's still gonna be faster than Manny. They're actually both known for their speed. It's just that Manny's known as one of the fastest fighters, and Floyd is known as the fastest fighter. So there's a difference there. It's kind of like the difference between Demetrius Johnson and the rest of the flyweights. They're all fast. It's just Demetrius is like Sonic. So both fast. Floyd can use his footwork because he's so quick. And his defense is so good, and he's a counterpuncher, so he doesn't put out as much. So he can keep his pace up longer. He's such a smart fighter. I don't see Floyd knocking him out. It could happen, but I don't see that happening. I think Floyd's going to win it in 12. If he does knock him out, it'll happen in the later rounds. I think Floyd's going to work his footwork. I think he's going to try to goat Manny into chasing him the whole time. So that's the game plan I see for both fighters. Manny, focus on your movement. Floyd, focus on your movement and let the opening come to you. The opening, it's going to be easier for the opening to come to Floyd than it is for Manny's opening to come to him. And the reason why? That lockdown defense. Period. That lockdown defense. Manny has less openings than Floyd does. Floyd's openings are going to come more frequently from Manny just because of that lockdown defense and the way he fights as a counterpuncher. So, talk about a chess match that I'm extremely excited for. This video is getting a little bit long, so I am choosing Floyd to win. I think he's going to win. Whether it be a late knockout or in 12 rounds, I am choosing Floyd. This is not a long shot. I believe the odds in Vegas have Floyd favored by like 2-3 points. That's it, and that's how I feel too. If Manny plays this perfect, he could KO him in mid-fight. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. So, follow me on Facebook, Janelle Owens. Follow me on Twitter, Janelle Owens. Friend me on Facebook, Janelle Owens, Janelle O. Let me know your pick. Let me know your breakdown. Let me know what you think of the negotiations. Let me know what you think of the spectacles. Let me know what you think of Manny's mom. Let me know what you think of their personal lives, it being in Vegas. I don't think that the ref is going to be biased. People are already saying that the ref's going to be in Floyd's pocket. Not on a fight this big. People are going to be tracking this fight minute by minute. They're going to be on that ref minute by minute. I don't think we're going to have to worry about a ref being in Floyd's pocket. Everybody's going to be on top of that. Same thing with the judges. Everybody's going to be on top of that. They may even have them give a report after this fight. So I actually don't think we're going to see a lot of cheating as far as the ref or the judges. It may come from something else, some other shady practices, but not there. So let me know what you feel about the entire situation, how excited you are, how you're going to watch it. Talk to me. Take care. And goodbye.